Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to another live session of Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys. My partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please. Secure.
Trading with a perfect broker is the key, which takes you one step ahead. At AFX, we have you covered. The future of Forex is zero commission. Here at AFX, we offer ultra-low commission, which starts at 99 cents per lot. Our account's spreads start from 0.0 pips. With account leverage up to 500x, and can have a minimum deposit of $100, with an additional 100% deposit bonus, regulated by HEMC Greece, compliant with ESMA, EU, regulated with FSCA, South Africa. Nothing to lose, but something to gain. Trade with the world's most liquid market provider, AFX, Sniper Trading. To get started, use the affiliate link below.
As a trader, we all look for tight or low spreads, which helps us to get in and out of the market. Using the right broker can help us try different strategies. With multiple options of brokers on the web, here at Stock Sniper Trading, we have a recommended broker, that is, HankoTrade. With spreads as low as 0 pips and leverage up to 500x, HankoTrade is just one click away. With multiple account types to choose from, you also have a minimum deposit of $10. Using HankoTrade's affiliate program, refer a friend and earn up to a 40% commission on trading volume. Built by traders, for traders. HankoTrade.
Recording in progress.
Hey everybody, welcome to Stock Sniper Trading. Good afternoon. My name is Ron, my partner is Dave. Guys, it's just after 1:15 p.m. Eastern. Welcome guys, it's the start of the week, Monday, November the 6th. Thanks guys for joining. I hope everybody had a nice weekend and ready to get back into the markets. Guys, thanks for joining. Everybody on Zoom, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for joining. And everyone on YouTube, I appreciate all of you guys as well. So thank you guys for the likes and the subscribes. Appreciate it. Today's plan is we're going to go just after 3 o'clock p.m. today. Mondays, I like to do just a market overview and maybe some swing trading analysis on the higher time frames. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start off with news-wise. Let's go to Forex Factory. I know it's Monday afternoon, but what I highly recommend and suggest is you get your news out of the way like on the weekend or maybe Monday morning, so you know which days are the big days, which days are the less impactful volatility, and which days are the ones that we should be concerned about. So last week was a very, very big week. We had FOMC on Wednesday, no rate change. So that affected the markets. The markets were bullish with no rate changes. We also had NFP on Friday. Okay, so it was very volatile last week, and we also had earnings last week with Apple on the Thursday. So it was a big week. Going forward this week, what do we have? If you guys were already trading London, okay, we had European news in the market over here. This is today, like this afternoon. What do we have right now? We've got some loan officer, some German news coming out at 2 o'clock today. Not really going to affect what you and I are doing. If you are trading later tonight, AUD has 2 red folders. Cash rate, RBA rate statement. So if you are trading anything to do with the Australian dollar later this evening, keep an eye on that. And also guys, we changed our times here in North America. So right now it's 1:20 p.m. Eastern. If you guys, we did change our clocks on the weekend. Okay, so Tuesday, what do we have tomorrow? We've got some FOMC speakers at pre-market 7:38. Okay, we don't have Powell, but there are other speakers. So we got to pay attention when Powell is speaking. Is he speaking at all this week? When and where is he speaking? At tomorrow at 10 a.m. right after the Wall Street session, you have member Waller speaks. Okay, so at 10 a.m. it's an orange impact folder, so not high volatility, but anytime we do have speakers, there could be some movements in the market. The one that I would pay more attention to is anytime we have Powell speaking. And then going forward, Wednesday, 4:30 a.m. Eastern, GBP, UK, you've got your Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking, so make sure you are aware of that if you are trading in London session. This one in particular is the one I'm talking about. So Wednesday, guys, at 9:15 a.m. Eastern, 15 minutes before Wall Street opens up, there's Fed Chair Powell speaks, okay? So it is a red folder. He is speaking, but it is 15 minutes before market open. So make sure we pay attention to this Wednesday morning. Things could get volatile in here leading into Wall Street. Then afternoon sessions looks pretty good. And we move into, again, now Thursday. And then how do we close the week? Every week we have our unemployment claims that come out 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay, we went over the claims last week with NFP, the numbers. They did not look pretty good. They were bad numbers, actually. More people are applying for unemployment, which is not good. That's why the US dollar dropped. And then at 2 p.m. on Thursday, again, we got Powell speaks again. So that will be with us. We'll be doing a live session at that time. We'll watch the markets on Thursday afternoon with Powell speaking again. Now, this is nothing like an FOMC event. This is just him speaking over here. You can click on the folder if you want to read on what it is over here. Okay, you can get a little bit more information as to what this is. But it won't be as important as the scheduled FOMC events. And then finally, Friday, pre-London, GBP, red folder, GDP month over month, very important, okay? That's if you're doing anything with the British pound, euro, or DAX in Europe. And then as we get into Friday, in New York over here, we do not have too much going forward, but the 10 a.m. the University of Michigan Consumer Report, and that will be Friday. Okay, so that's a week, just an outlook on the week. If you do look for earnings, if you are, make sure maybe you go through the earnings week to see who has earnings. Pre-market, after hours earnings can help you out over here when you're looking to see if you're trading NASDAQ, a specific security, US 30, are banks reporting, is tech reporting, which companies are reporting that could affect the security you're trading, okay? And this is just a look at our schedule this week, guys. Okay, so new schedule. For you guys in Zoom, the weekly webinar I have to do this week, it will be in 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's kind of like a wellness check, what we were talking about. We kind of finished our 10 classes so far. So it's everything that we've learned so far. If you have any questions, anything that I can help you out with the open, high, low, close, the bullish family, bearish family, the wicks, the bodies, the support, the resistance, what we went over, or just anything if you need help with risk management, psychology, and whatever it is. It's going to be a wellness check for 2 hours at this time, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday. And then we'll put in our an additional post New York session right here, and our regular scheduling. And you're going to start to see more Asian sessions very, very soon. That I will be doing more Asian sessions around 8:30, 9 p.m. and we'll go to about maybe 11 p.m. or just see how the markets are moving in the Asian sessions. Okay, so we will be adding more classes on there. Okay, and guys, I pinned for you guys on YouTube, there's a pinned message of a free Telegram channel. Okay, if you're not in it, I highly recommend that you get in it. It's free. We do show what's going on with SST, any promotions we have. This was an amazing gold setup last night. Congratulations to those traders that took this. Well done on that. It's kind of an example of what our trade signals look like. And also we have promos and highlight members performance right over here. A member hit 1% for today and a little more on their account. Congratulations. So we'd like to show what members are also doing, not just myself or Dave. Okay, so thanks guys. Now we're ready to get started. First thing is, let's do a top-down analysis. Let's start it with US 30. Okay, so we're going to do it top-down, but remember today is more of a swing trading. Okay, so we're going to be on the higher time frames. So normally when I get started, I start off with the daily, hourly, 5 minutes, and then we get into the lower time frames and we start scalping the markets. But today we're going to do higher time frames, so I'm going to start off on the monthly. Let's see how the monthly outlook looks on US 30. Okay, so with the monthly, we're going to get a bigger picture. So like right away when I see this big drop, I remember this. You guys should remember this too. These 2 months of this big drop was start of March of 2020. That's when COVID started. The market really sold off, but came down, came back up. Then we recovered, and then it continued to break the highs. In here in October of 2020, we continued to push. Those are our all-time highs up here at 37,000. And when we hit all-time highs in January of 2022, we came all the way down and we held support right here. So October of 2022, a big bullish engulfing candle came back up. We had momentum, but you see we did not break all-time highs. So they've kind of lowered the supply right here, where you got 50% retest and that wick, and if we capture those wicks and bring it across, it traded right into there. So what I do is I stretch this across. That already happened. Okay, that happened in the market in the past. Okay, but what we can do is stretch it to the future, because if the Dow ever comes back up to this area, 35,900, maybe 36,000, it might get rejected and push back down. It might actually, a monthly candle might break out of here, close above, and maybe we retest 36,000. It might be now turning into weekly or monthly support. Then all of a sudden we're taking out the all-time high, and it's going to who knows where. So we have to be very careful, because it could be coming up again to that area, to this area of resistance, this lower high. So I'm just going to make this red to represent resistance or supply in the market. Okay, so that's on the monthly, and what I do is I stretch it across until the volume gets up there. We're far away from it right now, but it could continue to come up maybe this week or next week. But if we start to push down, maybe it might be another lower high, and then we continue to push down. So where do we have good monthly support? Inside here. Okay, right here. We've got great monthly support holding so far in here. So I'm going to do a green box on the monthly. And the reason why I want to stay above here is kind of where the bodies are, the body. I see the impulse monthly wick that broke down, but it closed strong up there. Impulse weekly broke down, but it closed right here. The impulse wick last month, okay, we remember this is a new month of November. October we came down. It's a higher low from over here, and it came right back up and it closed. This is our new opening month, and it is pushing up where we're testing now last month's high. Okay, but we do have a lot of monthly area inside here. So I'm just going to place like a line in here, which we do have to watch. But I'm going to go more on the weekly, and we're going to identify the weekly. But you see how the monthly candle is approaching this area? 34,440, 450. Inside this area is where we have a lot of bodies closing above, below here. We've rotated right back up. We're coming up, but we're in this flag. So will it continue to push and test here and break out to all-time high, or is it going to come up and we're going to go back down and see if we can break down here? So we are in a consolidation right now. Let's go more over to the weekly to start to break down the monthly and start to see now on the weekly how we're moving. Okay, so the weekly over here, end of July was trending down. Lower lows, lower highs. Lower lows, and now our week closed, and this week opened with a gap up, bullish candle that engulfed this week, and we kind of closed right above here. So you see this important area on the weekly. We are at a very critical area in the market. Why? Right here. Let's take a look right at our weekly high. So I'm going to place a purple line up here, because if we look in the past over here, this area, okay, it came down, back up. This red weekly candle closed below this purple line and we pushed down. This was a green move on a week where it came up and tested the purple line and got rejected. We came up last week. That was last week's high and we closed near the high. This is the opening of our week right now. There's 4 days and 4 hours to go. Lots of time. But you see how it's just a small doji candle. So can we keep above 50% of our weekly volume? So what I like to do is, in case there's maybe a major pullback into 50%, I like to look at zones 2 or other touches in here. So I'm going to place a yellow line here to represent not the high and low of the week, but a critical weekly area. So right here, your line kind of cuts through those two bodies. I got a body there. I have a retest come down to the L line, go back up. I have volume close below the L line. I have a retest of the L line. I got body that closed positive right at the L line. Couldn't close above, retest until this green body closed above it and retested it. And you can see kind of how it's an important area in the market holding. So if we ever do pull back on the weekly, I want to see this area hold and to continue maybe moving up bullish. But if we don't come all the way down to 50%, what about if we come down to maybe where a lot of these bodies and wicks are over here, to 33,700 area, like right inside here. Okay, so what I'm doing is kind of targeting this area where it was body, a body, a body, a body, just some impulse wicks. And then over here, it was the volume was below the L line, just some impulse moves. So if we come back down red this week, I want to see, can we get some support right here at 33,700, maybe catch a wick and then continue come back up. If we can't hold this area, then a high probability is going to come back down to test 50% here. And what I do down there is I draw like another green box, but a smaller one, just to give me a heads up right there that I want to see it hold. If we can't, it could come all the way back down to the big monthly demand zone. So hopefully it's just consolidating up here. You see we're not breaking out, but maybe if we get momentum and we break out bullish on the weekly this week, where could we go up to? Well, let's take a look at the left of the chart over here. What do we have? Critical areas right here. I'm going to draw a yellow line. I got a body, a body, a body, volume held below here, a retest, push down. It came up green, and rejected. Here we broke out, rejected. Here we broke out, rejected. The volume stayed below. We can look to all the way back over here too. So it's an important zone at 34,495. So let's just bring it exactly to 500. Like, 500 exactly. Right there. 34,500. A nice psychological level. So we're going to see this week if maybe it's the start of the week, right? It's Monday, it's early. Are we going to hold as a doji candle in here? Is it going to come back down and hold right here, maybe come back up? Or is it going to be a higher low today and continue to come back up and test the high? Maybe we impulsively break out to this yellow area. And then if it continues, then we're going to identify this area, 34,950 right up here to 35,000. Okay, we'll test maybe right here, 35,000. Okay, right in here. And now I got my weekly zones. Okay, but now what we got to do is we got to break down this weekly into daily. Okay, so let's check out the daily candles now. Okay, wow, look at the daily candles. Look at last week. Okay, so we came down a new lower low into that monthly demand. They gapped it up. If you look at your RSI, okay, it's showing bullish divergence. Okay, so even daily candles can show divergence. What is divergence? It's this move to that move. It made a lower low in the market, right? The price came down. But look at the strength, how it's building on this RSI indicator. Is it always going to be like this? No, but it's kind of giving you a general idea that when we bottomed out over here, the strength made a higher low from over here. So that's telling me that the strength is increasing while the price came all the way down to maybe a monthly critical demand area. And then when we look at the bodies of the candles coming out of here, we see that they gapped it up. So they're kind of propping it up to push it up, and we closed engulfing over the entire bar. So as soon as maybe the pullback came, maybe start to maybe initiate a buy. And this was the end of October. and right at Halloween, and then we started November this week. And started November, Wednesday, strong push, FOMC, and then we had Thursday, strong move, and then we had NFP finish off the week right up here. So you see, we're getting rejected now over here, and 2 times over here, Friday and today. Okay, so we know where our resistance is, we know where our neckline is. So what we got to do is, on our daily, can we hold above maybe 50% of our daily candle, like right here? And then I also line it up with some price action to the left. There it closed, stayed there. See the retest, came right up to the yellow line, rejected. Came up to the yellow line, rejected. Here we closed above it. We had a nice push, but couldn't really do anything up there. It got rejected, and then it pushed all the way down, where now we kind of are pushing right back up. So we have a nice move. It's got the liquidity. It grabbed the liquidity down here with the bullish move, but you see this critical area of resistance right here we're trying to break. This area. So this is what we got to watch. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to break it down to the 4 hours and see how the 4 hours are moving. Okay, so these are our 4-hour candles. Very nice move over here. Okay, came down, bounced right through there, inverted head and shoulder pattern, and we had that nice big bullish run. But right now, we're starting to see our 4-hour candles starting to get a little bit consolidated. Okay, they don't have a lot of volume. They're still closing like below this red box. Yes, it did come up to there, but now we're pushing down. So if we can maybe close with 4-hour volume this week below this yellow critical daily line, maybe we'll look for a close below, maybe a retest, and then it gets rejected, and maybe we can take out this support and come down and test maybe 50%, break that daily and test right into here. About 50% of this green candle and right at this kind of area where it was consolidating. Okay, that's one move. What we could do is maybe it bounces off, like a little cool off here, doesn't break and close, and then it comes right back up. Then when it comes back up, we're looking for maybe a double top up here to push down. Unless that 4-hour volume can kind of break these highs, because it hasn't broke above. When was the last time we were trading above, like in here? This was September 21 of 2023. So if we can get that green volume and we can push and close it above here, maybe we'll retest this zone, but red we flip to green, maybe it holds in here, and then all of a sudden we're breaking out to 34,500, that critical daily level, weekly level, and maybe break a little bit further up to this area. Okay, so right now our 4-hour candles early this week, Monday, are kind of consolidating right in this area. Okay, so what I kind of do, just like if I'm trading the lower time frames, maybe I box this area in as it's consolidating with low volume currently, and then I continue to watch for the move. What will happen down here, or what will happen up here? If you want to trade in here, okay, or accumulate, you're more than happy to. It's a big zone too, but what I would do is maybe set an alert up here at these wicks inside here. If the volume ever trades back in here, I want to be alerted because I want to watch what's happening up here on the 4 hours. I also want to set maybe an alert if it breaks below this yellow line, because that's a critical higher time frame level of support, and I'd like to see when the 4-hour candle is breaking, watch what's happening on it. Is it closing below? Will it come up and retest and break? And maybe I'll get into a swing trade there. So remember, these are higher time frames. These are swing trades. These are not scalps. So I would be waiting a little bit patiently. Okay, this could also be a bullish flag where we have this big bullish rally, and now it's just flagging, and it could continue to break out bullish and continue to move up. But we are at a serious area of resistance right here. We've been rejected how many times? Okay, remember these are 4-hour candles. So we got rejected on Friday at 10 a.m. We got rejected at Friday at 2 p.m. We got rejected Sunday night here in the Asian session quite a bit. We got rejected going into pre-New York. We got rejected again with a lower high, this current 4-hour candle that's going to close in 20 minutes. So they are pushing it down, but we really have to watch where it closes, because remember, this could just be a counter sell, and then it encounters bigger areas of support or bids, and then it comes right back up. So it's right in the middle. And then if I look the last time we were trading 4-hour candles inside here, look at how it was trading. Not the greatest inside here. Okay, so we're still in this area. And how was it trading in the past inside this block? So you see where it was consolidating. Finally, we got some red volume close below, another pullback to about 50%. Then you got another big red candle close below. Then the move started. Okay, so sometimes you have to be patient with 4-hour candles, because they could be consolidating for quite a bit. So the best thing, in my opinion, is to have alerts here or there. So a simple alert is right-clicking on this yellow line, add an alert, yes, and I'm going to create it. So I now have an alert on my swing trading chart. If US 30 ever comes down here, I will be alerted. Then I can watch what's happening here. And then what I can also do is, if I don't want to wait for the 4-hour candle to close, at least I want to get alerted that the 4-hour volume is coming down here. And then what I could do is, I could flip to the hourly, the 60-minute candle, and I can maybe enter the trade on a 60-minute candle. So when it comes down here, I will get alerted on the 4 hours. Then I can watch a 1 hour, a 60-minute candle to see if the 60-minute candle can break, close below, maybe, and the next 60-minute candle comes up, retests this, and gets rejected. That might be an opportunity maybe to sell, and then I'm looking to break this support and come down and test what will happen at this yellow line. Maybe it bounces back up, maybe come to where this is support, maybe turn to resistance right there, and then a lower high rejection, and then we have enough momentum to break this and maybe come down to the big green box. And then that would be a very nice swing opportunity to sell US 30, but you got to wait for the move there, because there's no guarantee it's going to close with volume below there. It might just come down and be a higher low and then get a wick and come right back up, and we're trading back up here. But then maybe it comes back up, pull back, and then we're breaking out in a bullish flag. And so there we have to be very critical, very patient. If you don't want to wait for the entire 4-hour candle when it comes down there, you can flip to the 1 hours. So the same thing with if the buyers continue to push it up. See how we have a lot of indecision on this last 4-hour candle? It came up, it went down. We're right in the middle. There's 17 minutes, because at 2 p.m. we're going to get a new 4-hour candle. So we'll watch where it closes. I'm going to put an alert also at the top up here. So if it ever comes back up here, I want to be alerted. And the same thing, I can watch for maybe a 4-hour candle to close in this area, or an hourly candle. I'm going to kind of put it inside here at these wicks, because maybe I want to be alerted for it. So again, I'm adding an alert, creating it. So I can now look at another chart while this one is still consolidating. Okay, does that make sense, guys? So when I'm swing trading, now I could do multiple charts, because now I'm waiting for this one to either come down to support, see what happens, or to come back up to resistance and see what happens. While it consolidates, maybe I don't want to trade this one inside there. So I've got my alerts. What I do now is I go to a different chart, and then I chart, and then I see which security has maybe the best opportunity to take a trade. Guys, in Zoom, I just I gave you guys the trading view chart, the link, if you guys want it. And remember, we got to go with what the higher time frame is saying. So sellers are in control from all the way from over here, from August of 2023. Lower high come end of August 2023. Double top was middle of September of 2023. They continue to push it down. Pull back into this area. See the pullback, pullback, pullback. We're not breaking above here. So we still have to give respect to the selling pressure, still pushing down, but we cannot neglect the fact that there was a big move that happened in this big critical monthly demand box where the market is continuing to push up, where it could just cool off, and we continue breaking out of here bullish. Okay, so right now it's in consolidation. Just like if we were trading 5-minute candles, maybe this is not a zone we choose to trade. This is a zone we wait patiently, and this is the trap we allow the higher time frame to accumulate, and then we watch for either a bullish move breaking out of here or a bearish move breaking down there. But we also have to watch fake outs too, or impulse moves. Okay guys, so that is US 30. Another chart I'm going to do is, we'll get to gold, but before we get to gold, I want to do a Forex pair. I want to do, because we said we were going to do one last week and we never got down to it. I'd like to look at, let's see here, sorry. CADJPY, okay? If you guys want to follow me with this. Okay, so we're doing CADJPY. This is Canadian dollar paired against the Japanese yen. Okay, so we're going to do a top-down analysis on the higher time frame on the monthly. Let's take a look at this thing. How many of you guys trade this? CADJPY? Anybody trading this? Okay, so for example, if I haven't traded this pair in a long time, let's just take a look at what's happening. Okay, look at the where it was. Okay, 226 up here in 1983. Okay, we don't need to look all the way back in 1983, but if we look at the higher time frames, it dropped, it came back up. That's a lower high. It made a new low. It came back up to here. This is 125 is lower than 137. That's a lower high, but we came back down. Now we got a higher low. It came back up, lower high, came back down, higher low, higher low. Now we just broke out of there, but now we're testing maybe this area. Okay, so what we got to do is kind of figure out the big blocks. Okay, right here we got rejected at this area. Will we ever come back up to 122 to 125? I don't know. You know, that's for the market to decide. But when it gets up there, I want to know that on this date, November 1st of 2007, there was a big financial crisis that happened here, and that's where the market dropped down. Now it's slowly building from all the way from 1995. Look at this thing. Like if we draw a trend line, it is basically coming up, ascending from the bottom from 1995 to 2008, and then over here 2020, okay, when COVID started, start to see it moving back up. Now let's look at these monthly candles in more detail currently. Okay, so we've got this move where it came up just recently, September, October of 2022, and we got rejected. Okay, so we're trading right back in this area right now. Okay, so that is our monthly supply. So now when I look at it, there's our pullback that held into here. So let's find where our monthly support is, or demand, right in here. Okay, so if we ever do come back down here, this might be a great opportunity to look for a long swing buy on this current pair at $95, $96 over here, 96. If it ever comes back down here, that might be a great double bottom or a higher low buy. But right now, we're coming all the way right back up. Every single month is higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And we're ascending where it's coming up to this critical breakout area on the monthly. Okay, so we do have to watch this. If that was our impulse breakout right up here. So I'm just going to draw a yellow line so we know where our impulse is. 111. Okay. What about our monthly candle right now? Okay, so remember this one just opened just a few days ago. But what are we following off of the previous month? So we closed right here in September. They gapped it up in October. They gapped it up. Remember, they propped it up to push it to take out maybe some liquidity of this high. It didn't. It was a lower high, and then we came all the way down. It was a very bearish month coming down where we broke this level of support. It just broke, but it's a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So it found that big bids and continue to push it up, and we closed right here. Hanging man candle on the monthly close. And then our next monthly candle, we opened, we came down. So that's our monthly low. So I'm just going to draw a purple line down here, 108.444. That is our monthly low. And we're coming up, 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 and we made already a monthly high in here. Okay, so it came up roughly 50% of our bearish head on our previous monthly hanging man candle. We tested it and we got rejected. And this is our current volume trading right now. So if we can continue to build and break out of here, we might be looking to fill this wick on the monthly. And look, I have a black chart up here. Where could it go above here? So now we got to look at when the volume traded above this yellow line, and it was over here back in 2007, guys. Okay, 2007 was when I was working at the banks, and then 08, 09 kind of got the big financial crisis, and I got laid off. I loved my job at the banks, but maybe for the better it worked out, where I learned a lot about the banks, but don't necessarily have to be part of them to and then learn how to be self-sufficient trading when you're on your own. So these are critical levels where it could possibly go to. If it continues to break, I see another big critical level up here. But that could be where it fills some imbalance if we continue to break through here. Okay, but it could also get rejected and push back down. Look at the bearish divergence. Okay, so there is bearish divergence. There was. And we really haven't had the real sell-off yet. So there hasn't been any big red volume closing below any structure. So the structure that I would look to maybe take a sell on this would be, here's a body, here's a body, here's a body. Your area that we want to see red volume close below is here. There was a lot of impulse breaks. Impulse came back up. Impulse came back up. Impulse came back up. Hit the line and back up. So if it kind of closes below this area, that might be an opportunity to take a nice maybe 4-hour swing sell. Like if we get volume closes below here on the 4 hours, retest this, might be a nice drop coming down. But this is the monthly, okay? Remember, this is the highest time frame. So we're seeing we're coming right back up. Let's now break down our weekly. Let's go into the weekly and see how the weekly is trading. Okay, so now I can start to see more visually where the weekly support is in the market. Right here. So that's my weekly green box. This is my bigger monthly demand. This is weekly demand. We came in here 3 times in mid-July and it continued to push right back up. We just broke out of here, made that higher high, but it's kind of consolidating in here. But look at now our weekly candles. We came down red October 23, right there, right to that critical line, the higher time frame line, and we opened Monday. Strong bullish candle, close engulfing. And now we open up again right over here. Bullish, very strong on the weekly. So if we do pull back, maybe I'd like to pull back into 50% of this green candle, but be respected at that monthly low purple line. Maybe come back up. But right now we have, look at the weekly candle, okay? Very, very small drawdown or pullback, so it's basically almost ignited. We've taken out these 2 high wicks. We came up to the monthly high and got rejected. So let's follow this strong volume to see on the 4 hours what we could be closing above, and maybe we get a 4-hour push. It looks like it's another bottom down here, holding good support at the volume is holding above this yellow line. So we're still holding good, strong. Every time it comes down, it picks up the liquidity, come down, nice big bullish engulfing candle, might continue to move back up. Okay, so let's break now weekly down to the daily. Okay, so these are daily candles. It came in here early October and bounced out of there nicely. It came back up, but you see a lower high right here. Then the sellers pushed it all the way right back down into this green box here. And we had a nice big bullish candle come out of here. Retest Thursday, November the 2nd. Close strong. We're making higher low, higher low. So the daily are even pushing up. Like our daily bodies right above here. Body, body, higher low, strong candle. Okay, so right now it's building. We're above 50 on the RSI for the daily time frame, which is seen as bullish. We got a lot of strength that we can build and maybe approach to take out these wicks. Okay, right here. Okay, so I'm just going to put a red box right there I'll get rid of the bigger red box so you can visually see this area. I'm going to remove this one. Okay, so you see now what we're trading. There's the daily resistance. It got rejected. We're coming right back up where it's building. Red, green, red, green, red, coming back up. But let's see if we can close with volume above there. If not, it might get rejected and come back down to consolidate. So the 4-hour frames, okay, are building, ascending. Okay, here we can draw ourselves a 4-hour trend line. You see we're above the monthly support. 4-hour candles are closing above this critical daily, weekly yellow line, and we're continuing to push up, maybe on a pullback. Okay, so this is the big important area to look for above here. We have not closed with any volume, but it is building, okay, slowly on these 4-hour candles. If we look now, guys, there's a signal on this one, CAD-JPY. So this is one of SST's signals for like a swing trade. So let's take a look together. Is anybody in a trade on that CAD-JPY? Is anyone like in a long trade, whether you're selling or you're in a buy? Okay, Discord doesn't want to open up right now, so I'll have to get it over here, guys. Okay, so 109.69, sorry, 109.65 on the 4 hours. So let's just identify where is 109.65. Okay, like roughly right around here. Okay, this is 109.65. Okay, so what we could be watching for is for some green volume to maybe get above this area and close near the purple line or in here and start to build. And then what we could be looking for is maybe a potential take out the high, maybe cause like this move to break through this red box and maybe move through here, pull back, and then we make this a bigger green box, and it maybe picks up that liquidity and starts to drive through here. And if we do, where is some potential areas of resistance on the 4 hours? Okay, so this was the last time 4 hours were trading through here, but here I see resistance. Okay, look at how many times it got rejected right here. It came up 2 times, rejected. Came up again here, rejected. Here was a green body close above and it pushed for a new higher high. Here was a big red candle that got rejected up here that closed below the yellow line. It pulled back into the yellow line, 2 rejections, and pushed down. So maybe that is a move that we could be looking for a potential continuation buy on this particular pair, to start to come up to test here, and maybe next zone would be right up here. There was resistance, bodies, kind of separates equal. You can bring it up a little bit higher if you like right there. Then I get all the wicks. Okay, that could be the next zone. But right now, okay, it got rejected, pushing down, coming right back up. It retested that and pushing down. So now, where is there 4-hour support in the market? Okay, this is where sometimes you might have to consolidate your 4-hour candles. Okay, so 4-hour support, we have our previous 4-hour low came right down to there, and if I look across, there it was no volume close above, no volume close above, impulse move. So if I'm consolidating this now on the 4 hours, again, just trap maybe this area right now, keep it neutral, and then what we do is we watch to see if 4-hour volume can come back and maybe close above that 109.65 area, maybe close, maybe even take out that high, close in here, then it will pull back in the red box. But then we look for the 109.65 area to be support, and then maybe look for that buy and take that out. Okay, so this is what area SST is watching on this particular pair. My Discord didn't open up. I wanted to show it to you guys. Having some connection problems here, yes. Okay, so what we could be doing is we're looking for above 109.65, and we're looking to maybe look for some to break through this resistance, maybe test this first area, and if it continues to move, maybe 50% of this zone, or if you want to go all the way up to there. Okay, and then if I do take this trade, if the volume closes above and gives me a retest, then where do I place my stop loss? Well, I have to see how it builds off the bottom before I even take that buy. So if it holds here and maybe it comes back up, maybe my stop loss will be below here. Okay, but I don't know where to place the stop loss because I'm not in the trade yet. So I just wait with an alert over here. Again, I place an alert on my chart. Add alert. Yes, create it. And I wait for the 4-hour volume to come back up here and show me if it's got some momentum. And again, I don't have to wait for the full 4-hour candle. I can go to the 60 minutes and I can watch the 60-minute candle. So these are the hourly candles, how they came down, back up. Coming down, are they going to come back up? So when it gets here, I get an alert from my 4-hour, and I can watch how many hours are left on the 4-hour, watch it build. If I do want to execute or get in, I can enter on an hourly candle, and then I can adjust my stop loss according to the hourly candles, okay? But could be looking for a buy above here and for a swing trade. It won't be for a scalp. It will be for a bigger move to try and break through this supply zone, okay? But it's not there yet. Okay, and we can watch this pair throughout the week and see how it's doing with some updates and watching this area. But also, okay, that could be a buy signal. But if it also maybe potentially breaks here and closes below and retests this, could be maybe a potential sell opportunity, okay? But we have to allow the market to accumulate and do its thing. We know it's not just going to trade in here all day, every single day. We know that it's going to accumulate and it might sell down or it might come back up and have a positive breakout above here, okay? So it sucks that my Discord is not working because I wanted to show you the actual trade signal. Okay, and I will give you guys this chart as well. Yep, we're going to do gold now. No, we already did Dow. Okay, I'll go back to the charts and we'll do an analysis on gold. Okay, so there's one more chart, snipers, in the Zoom chat. It's the TradingView link of this one, CAD JPY. I'll be watching this area above here, 109.65. Okay. Thanks, Carol. Yeah, Carol also posted the actual signal from SST. So, but those are the levels, guys. Okay, and we got to patiently wait for it to come back up there. Okay, and this is US 30. Okay, so we're still in this. If we just follow the 4 hours, okay, you got 3 more hours for US 30 to close. So we're looking for maybe the push down here or a higher low and come back up and break out of here for US 30. What we can do is gold now, okay? Oh, Discord is down? Is that what it is? Did anybody do a good analysis on gold over the weekend? Gold is really, really interesting. Okay, this was, remember, an analysis from gold a while ago at these critical areas. Okay, so yellow are critical daily areas. We had gold close below, and then there was kind of a retest with 2 tops, and then really pushed down, kind of came back up to test 50% of the 4-hour candle, and close and continue push down. So we're trading in this big demand area right now. So let's start with a fresh chart. Let's get on gold and see what we're looking at this week. Wow, very bearish, okay? So look at gold, how it's developing here, guys. So let's start off again on the monthly. We don't need to, but it's nice to know so everybody here knows how gold is trading, okay? Did anybody buy gold over here in 2002 at $300-$400 an ounce? Anybody still holding from in there? That would have been a nice opportunity to hop in. But since then, higher highs, higher lows. Okay. I remember buying gold in here when it was about, I was buying in at 700 an ounce in here when the crisis happened, like 07, 08, 09. Good opportunity in there. There was a pullback that came back down, testing the breakout for support, and then we pushed up, starting that big rally, okay, 2010 all the way up to 2011, big move, 1930s, kind of consolidated, we came back down. Big support being built at 1,000, psychological level. We never broke 1,000 on gold, guys, okay? And we couldn't break this resistance at 1,350 above here. Finally, it came through. June of 2019, it closed above. The volume closed above. So this area of resistance, 1,350, 1,400, turned resistance with volume closing above. It took a couple years to accumulate, but we're talking gold, okay? We're not talking the gold accumulated nicely. Someone was accumulating it for multiple years, and then come 2019, broke it out for the first all-time high. September of 2020, we came back down. We held this support at 1,685. We came back up to the all-time high again, and it got rejected. We came back down. They broke the lows, but a big bullish engulfing candle, 1600s around here. Big move, come back up. Again, we got rejected for a third time at all-time highs. So look at our all-time high rejections right up here, all these three wicks. So if we want to do like a big all-time high box right now, let's just right there, right there, right there, and bring it across. So that is our all-time high. I'm always watching gold. If something happens at 2050 and then to our all-time high, okay, 2050 is that big psychological box up there, okay? So what are you guys' thoughts? Do you guys think in the next few months or weeks we can maybe attempt to break that all-time high on gold? Very interesting. Where could we go? Nobody knows where we can go. The only person knows where it will go is the person who will sell it, eventually sell it, okay? Someone is holding gold and will eventually sell it if we break all-time highs. How high would it go? Who knows, okay? We got to look at how the world is doing. What is the demand for gold? What situation is the world in? Are we starting more wars, or are we not? Is there no more wars? So lots depends on this, okay? It sucks. It's unfortunate. You know, some people make money by trading gold, and it moves with wars and things like that. But that's the world we live in, the sad world. These are how the markets have been since the 100 years ago. But whether you're trading it or not, the war is still going to happen. Okay, so you and I are not going to make a difference here. Hopefully we can, but it's a sad world. Okay, so now we're on the monthly. Let's find our monthly area of support. Okay, so right here, every time we're coming down in this area, right there and right there, we held. Okay, so that 1800, from 1830 to 1800, we've got good monthly support. It looks like every time we come down here on gold, there's a big buyer that steps in and holds it. We came down just recently in September. A big buyer in October came in, but that's when the conflict started in the Middle East. Now we have our new monthly candle. How did we move? We almost went to the high of the month. We closed right there. Okay, I was looking all week to see if the weekly or monthly candle would close above 2,000. Just get it above that resistance, that psychological level, and it didn't. Okay, it didn't close above there. So now we're trading inside here. Okay, so let's stretch this box across. If we lose this 1800, gold could come down, back down, and test 1620. Okay, right there. We don't have to worry about that for now. But if it ever does break down here, that's where the next zone is. Yeah, Dow is pushing down. I can see it right over here. So you see what we're kind of consolidating in here. A big monthly candle on gold closed above here. Okay, so now let's dial in on this area. Okay, let's test. Let's look at our high of the month so far. Right up here. 2004. Okay, so this is our monthly candle. It just opened. We got 1 week on it, 24 days to go. Okay, this is where the volume is trading. In between 1970 is our monthly low and 2004 is our monthly high. Okay, so if we lose this support, it could come all the way back down where? To 50% of this big bullish candle last month, and we also have body and a body. So I'm going to place a yellow line right here. 1915. Do we think, anybody think here, gold is going to come down to 1915? If it does, if we lose this, it could come all the way down and test 50% of our monthly candle, previous monthly bullish candle, and it's also support here. There was a couple impulse breaks, but the volume still held above. If we do come back to retrace, I'm looking for maybe a good swing buy at this area, like a green box right there, and bring it across. Okay, this might be a good area to enter on a swing buy on a 4-hour candle if it comes down here and reverses back up. That might be the momentum we need to take out these all-time highs. But maybe it doesn't even come down there. Maybe we're holding up here and it's building to possibly break out. So this would be a buy area number 1 right here, 1915. If it can't hold here, maybe another buy opportunity would be down in this big green box. Okay, depending if the volume, how it reacts when it comes down here. Maybe it comes down and closes bearish below here, and then might be a sell opportunity and take this out and come out, sell all the way back down. Okay, so right now it's in this area. Do we have any positive volume closing above this purple line at 2008? Not there, not there, not there, not there. And so we need positive volume to close above this area. But I'm not going to watch the monthly candles, so now we're going to break it down on the weekly. These are our weekly candles. So we came down end of September, big move here, start of October. Okay, this is the week of when crisis started in the Middle East, and there was big push on gold where it came back up to here, and the last couple of weeks we came down, back up, hanging man. This week we've opened, how? Okay, we opened right here. We came up, small tiny wick. So what is our high? 1993 on the week. And we have not came back up to test up here. Okay, so I know now our weekly resistance is right there at the monthly. So just a small red box. And I can see that it's consolidating in this area. Okay, so I want to watch and see what will happen if it does come down here. Okay, so this is maybe one leg up, where it kind of came up. Now we're coming back down. We're going to test down in here to see if we'll break that low. If it does, is it going to be an impulse break? And will gold come back up and close inside here, then have this momentum to take out this, and then we're shooting back up to here. Okay, so you see how it's coming down now on the weekly. This week we opened up bearish. There was not a lot of buying momentum to even test 50% of our previous volume at 1998. Continue push down. We've got this wick to fill, but it is coming down heavy. Okay, so if we lose this area and we have an impulse break, let's look at the impulse to come down to 1953. And remember that block. There's that block from 1950, that psychological block. That might be also a good opportunity, maybe to look to buy gold down here. Okay, but we got to judge. Right now we're coming down bearish on the weekly. Okay, so higher time frame. We got to respect that sellers are in control this week. Let's look at the daily. Okay, look at our daily candles now. They're kind of consolidating. They came up, came back down, came back up with a lower high, and coming right back down. Okay, so you can see now on the daily, they're lowering the supply the offers down here at 1993. Right there, so a yellow line. So you see how we have no daily volume kind of closing above 1993 now. So we can't be bullish yet. We have a big bearish candle coming down today. It's going to close in 2 hours and 45 minutes. So this could be setting up early for this week. Now, is it going to come back down and come down here and catch a wick and go back up? But it looks like it came up, back down, came back up. They rejected it. No volume closing above here. So it looks like a lower high right shoulder. And now we're pushing down. So if it has enough momentum to fill this wick, we'll see what happens at this big green zone. If it breaks all the way through, look for gold to drop down to 1953. Okay. Also, if we're looking to swing that move down here, you see all these daily wicks right here, how we're coming down right now. Maybe we want to trade before it gets down there, right there. See what I just did there? There's a daily body, a wick, and a wick. Now what I can do is I can flip down to the 4-hour candles, and I can watch how the 4-hour candles will trade below or react below this yellow line. Might come down, might come back up. Okay, but now if it comes up, maybe I'll look for a buy opportunity on gold if we pick up higher lows and we close on the 4 hours above there. And then if it comes back above there, I'm looking to take my swing trade to take out this high at 2008 and maybe continue to move to 2050. But before it gets to 2050, there's an area of resistance at 2022 right here on the 4 hours, right there. There was wicks, got rejected up there. And then maybe the next push could come up to 2038 before it gets up to 2050. And I could be taking out some profit along the way. So if I'm in a 4-hour swing buy and it breaks through here and comes up to there, that's where a point where it might get rejected and come back down, test here. But I might start to scale out a little bit, take my trade to break even. Maybe it comes back down, respects this area. I flip this red to green. This might be our new ongoing monthly support at 2008. Now we're holding above psychological 2000. Maybe more investors, maybe more long-term traders of gold will step in and drive the price of gold back up to maybe 2040, 2050, and then we test, are we going to make an all-time high run? If not, we look right now on the daily, they're lowering the supply. They rejected it, and we have a big bearish candle. So now it could break here and break down this level. If we do, we got to know where it could come down to. And also, if we're swinging a sell below here, come down to 1953 block and break, and then 1 TP could be right here. This level. Look how important this level is. There was no volume close above. Again, that big green candle close, there was the manipulation on a Friday, Monday, and it came back up and stayed below there. There's about 50%. So if I take a sell below like 1950 block, maybe my first swing scale out will be 1933, and then maybe take out final sell position down here at 1915, because I'm approaching a big green box that if it sells down, it could come all the way, and then that's it. And then find those big buyers who want to buy gold at a discount at around 1910 and then shoot it back up. So you always got to respect your zones, but you do got to scale out accordingly, unless you're holding the entire trade with a trailing stop loss. But now on the daily, see, we are coming down. It is bearish, but we still have this big bullish uptrend. Okay, so we respect it, but we got to respect our zones. So now if I go to the 4 hours, these are our 4-hour candles. Okay, so there was this big double top, close below, we continue push down. There was the big push down. We grabbed a big wick and a bullish move, come all the way right back up to here, get rejected. This was Friday, and then they gapped it Friday at 6 a.m. and then they gapped it kind of up for Wall Street move over here. We continue. See the volume now in the 4 hours? We are not closing above 1993. Okay, so that's the big area I'm looking for. It's not there yet. We are still pushing down. If you draw like a trend line from up here, you can see that the 4-hour candles are making lower highs. But this is a potential area where we're going to have some movement in the market. Look at the 4-hour candles. We came down there, back up. Came down, back up. Touched, back up. impulse, back up, impulse, back up. So it might be another impulse break and go back up. So this is where you have to be very cautious. This is where maybe you can consolidate again, maybe this 4-hour zone inside here. And then what we watch for, this 4-hour candle is going to close in 2 hours and 40 minutes, long time from now. But what I like to do too, if I'm swinging, I watch also 1-hour candles. Like this 1-hour candle is going to close in 40 minutes. I'm going to watch and see, will the hourly candle come back down, close below here? Will it pull back? Maybe that might be my retest. If it gets rejected, maybe I sell. I enter on the 1 hour, but then I put my stop losses on the 4 hours. Then I go flip back to the 4 hour. Just because I might enter the trade on the 1 hour, that doesn't mean I'm using the 1 hour zones. I'm using the 4 hour. Then I go back to the 4 hour to determine how long I'm going to hold this trade and what my stop will be. Obviously, it's going to be a bigger stop loss because I'm looking to hold a swing trade for multiple days. I'm not looking to intraday or scalp it. So my stop loss might be much bigger than I'm scalping. And if that's the case, my lot size will be a lot lower. So that in order I can hold the trade and try and get the maximum value. But also below here, see where all those impulse moves were? And where the volume came in, like I can see a lot of impulse moves below here. But then you see that body right there, that red candle and then the green body where it opened, that was the volume. So just so I don't get caught maybe on an impulse break, I put a green box right there to show me now if I want to enter on the 1 hour, I kind of want to maybe watch this. If it comes down red down here, I want to see if it will come back up, because it did come down red and go back up. Come down red, big bullish engulfing candle. Yes, it did break down fast over here, but this was FOMC. So this was Wednesday, November 1st. This was a different 2 p.m. So there was a lot of volatility at this time. This is when FOMC came all the way down and we continued to push all the way back up. So it is coming down, but every time we came down here, there was a lot of interest in buyers. Okay, maybe it pushes down where? See the hourly bodies right there in those wicks? 1975. This is where maybe I can initiate if it comes down here and I see it reject off here, that's where maybe I take my first feeler buy on a swing trade. And then if it comes back up and then kind of closes above here, I could look for that continuation buy. And then where I was looking for my original area up there at 1993, that will be a trade idea, but with the price of gold coming down here, that's far away. So what I could do is I could start to lower my buying opportunity with these over here. So I could start maybe initiating a buy at 1983, and maybe if it comes up to 1993, I'm up 100 pips on this swing trade, and then I could add maybe another buy or scale out here and wait for, again, volume to close above and then take the original 1993 trade. So I just follow the volume, and then if it wants to break and close below here, might break and close below, then as it's coming back up, I'm looking to change the color of that green to red box, and if it gets rejected, maybe I sell, and then maybe we're coming to take out this, and then gold is dropping. Okay, so I will be looking for swing buys, and I will be looking for swing sells on gold, but where it is currently in the market, it's hard to make a decision right now. I got to watch the next couple hours, or I got to watch tomorrow, because it's early in the week, it's just Monday, and it's late in the afternoon, so I got to kind of wait for maybe the next possible opportunity to enter. Okay, so what are your thoughts on gold, guys? This is an important area. Do you guys think that we're going to break here and continue push down? Do you guys think bearish below 1975? This is a critical area. Look how many times we've came down there and caught support. Came down, back up. Came down, back up. Came down, back up. Came down, back up. Here they broke it on FOMC, but it came right back up. So it could come back down again right there and then go back up. But if we get red volume closing below, then maybe it will have momentum to fill these wicks and drop further. Okay, so we are at a critical area on gold to look for swing trades. We got to watch what happens down here. Okay, so that's gold. Guys, do you guys have any questions about like these higher time frame analysis? I know everyone wants to scalp the markets and it's exciting. I could go right now, right into the 5 minutes, and we can look for a trade. But there is some traders that want to learn how to swing trade. But you see how I do everything pretty much the same, like I do daily, hourly, and 5 minutes when I'm scalping. But over here, I just went monthly, weekly, daily, and then execute on the 4-hour or the hourly candles if you're comfortable. And then it's a game of patience. It's a game of patience. You know how we did 3. So we got now 3 charts. We did the US 30. Okay, so US 30. We got our alerts. CAD JPY, we looked at that one. We got to be patient with that one as well. Put some alerts. I can put alerts on gold now. So if I'm looking for maybe a bounce and it comes back up, maybe a buy above 1985, then I'll place an alert at 1985 up there. Okay, right there. I'll place an alert. So if it comes back up there, I'll get alerted. If I look for a nice bounce off of here and some volume closing above there, maybe a nice pullback, and I enter, then that will be the area that I enter above there. But sometimes we gotta allow the higher time frames to accumulate as well, so we don't get caught selling the bottom where its buyers are coming in, and vice versa. Okay, so sometimes when it's consolidating, we gotta let it consolidate. Okay, so do you guys want to go to lower time frames for the last 30 minutes, or do you guys want to stay on higher time frames? Do you guys want to look at another top-down chart on the higher time frames? It's up to you guys. And obviously news is going to play a big role in where gold and US 30 and oil and all of these big securities move. With everything going on around the world, it will affect these things. So you have to trade with proper risk management. Just because you're swing trading, that doesn't mean that you got to throw risk management out the window. So same principles, same rules. If I'm risking 1%, like normally how I trade 1% for the day, then I'm going to risk 1% of my swing trade, 1%. And I'm going to allow the trade to develop. And do I want to take that whole 1% on a 4-hour buy, or do I want to break it down into maybe three positions at different levels, but it will be a swing trade? Can absolutely learn how to do that too. Okay, so let's look at US 30 right now. I'm going to break it down. Okay, so we've done our analysis on the 4 hours. Okay, so 4 hours, 2.5 hours to go. We're at 34,000 exactly. It's pushing down. See maybe if it rotates back up. So on the hourly, how are we moving? Let's take a look at the hourly now. Okay, so hourly structure right here, white line. See right here where it was support, and now we had our first red body close below. It just retested it and pushing down. Okay, so I know that now we've got hourly resistance. Okay, and we're pushing down since noon. Big bearish engulfing candle. Next one, no wick. Filled this wick, dropped for a new lower low, came back up and closed right here. We opened positive, came up, retested this area, support right there at those bodies, a retest right there, and a retest right there. But now with the volume closing below, we just retested it. So it's continuing to sell. We broke our previous hourly low, and look at where we just came down to. Exactly where these hourly bodies were consolidating over here. Okay, so there's hourly support, and that's what we just came down to. Okay, so down in here, now we had those 3 big wicks in there. Okay, that's what came out of there. So if I draw this on the hourly, this zone right there, green, and if it eventually breaks down this afternoon and we have an impulse right down there, impulse to that wick, 33925, that's that quarter increment, 925, 950, 975. Okay, and then if we cannot hold this, it'll continue to push down to here. Where was hourly resistance? Maybe turn to support. Then our final block right here, there's our double bottom where it all started, right here. One bottom, two bottom. Bring that across as our new green box. Okay, did you guys see what I just did there? Okay, so we're coming where in this block where there was a lot of hourly rejections coming out of here, so that's why I made it green right now. If we come and we break down, that's the last thing holding the market is that wick right there, that hourly support. Okay, and we still have big support of this big hourly candle that came out of here at Friday at 8 a.m. with the news. Okay, but this is resistance, so we'll turn to support. And here's our big double bottom that held the market. So I'm just stretching that across as a green box. Now what we can do is, sorry, I'm just going to get rid of this consolidated box. Okay. And we got our hourly zones now. So if we go to now a lower time frame, I can see now this area used to be green support. Green support. Now with the volume closing below, this area is hourly resistance. Okay, so that's the hourly. We're pushing down, we close below, continue to push down, but now is it going to come back up? That's the question, okay? Or are we going to trade in here this afternoon? So if we go down to the 15 minutes, okay, just getting a 15-minute look, the 15 minutes are trading in here. So at 2 p.m. we came down red. At 2:15 it came back up bullish. It closed above 50% of our previous red candle, and this is our new opening 2:30. So we have a new 30-minute candle and a new 15. We just opened red. There's barely any wick on this candle. Okay, so we should maybe possibly see a bullish momentum move come up if we can pick up a higher low. So right there, you see that 15-minute wick? Okay, we'll use red lines now for lower time frames. Right there. So if I do a red line, that was my previous 15-minute low that came down at 1:15 and went right back up. So now, if we can build a little bit of support off of this low in that body right there, okay, maybe we build a higher low. We can watch this now on the 5 minutes and maybe get a 5-minute trade on here. Okay, so you see now how I set it up, how it's building. So I know that this green block is 15-minute of my previous 15-minute. So if it continued to hold and build up here, I'm making a low, a higher low, a higher low. If it ever breaks and comes back down in here, that's my hourly green box. That might be an opportunity to take a buy down there. But it could also just now consolidate through here too. So if we want to trade this zone, like what I do on the lower time frames, I always measure. If I'm taking that buy above here and it comes up to test these previous, that's 17 pips. If it can come up to the high, we're looking at 25. And then if it can get kind of up here, we're looking at 30 pips. Okay, and then that's how I kind of scalp. But I use my higher time frames to kind of give me the direction of the market. Okay, and if you don't feel comfortable, again, trading inside maybe this zone, then what you can do is kind of consolidate it again. And we continue to wait for what could happen in here. Okay, so let's see if it comes up bullish now. We can see on Bookmap, US 30 is breaking through here to test the VWAP. So that's kind of that bullish move. That's the exact setup that I love to scalp. Okay, this where you get a bullish engulfing candle, close above the high, right at the high, barely any wick. Then we opened, we retested 50%, and it was the new 30-minute, 15-minute candle, and the break of the wick. That is the buy that I love to scalp. And sometimes when you take this, you have the ability to take this, and you're in zero drawdown, and it can go up right now. Like I said, 15, 17 pips right now, maybe 20. So in a situation where you're scalping, the best, in my opinion, is if you're up 15, 20 pips, go to a break even. Like for example, if you had your stop loss down here, go to a break even. Worst case scenario is it comes back down and taps you out at break even. Okay, but when you're scalping the markets, you're going to take frequent trades. You're going to take a lot of scalps. So break evens are not that bad. But if you get in the habit of you know exactly what you're looking for, and it came up, took out those previous highs, you get about 15-20 pips and you're happy with it, then there's other rules that you got to learn. Either close the entire trade and be happy with it, or close 50, 60, 70% up there and leave the rest running. Okay, but if you're continuing to follow the volume, it's still building. We have nothing breaking down here, no transaction bubbles, red ones. So you see we're bypassing everything here. It's testing up here. Today was cumulative volume delta is negative. We have all of this selling pressure, but maybe now we found our nice little bounce with some hidden divergence right here. Sorry. There was some nice hidden divergence where it made equal lows on our RSI, and the price action made a lower low but came out of here nicely. So what we can see now is, where was the previous high? Right here at 34056. Are we going to come back up to maybe attempt to take out this high, or is it going to be a lower high and get rejected and come back down? Now if it comes back down, we got to go through the routine. What is 50% of that red candle? I'm going to say it's roughly right there. But you know what I see? I see bodies right there. So if I see 50% of that, I go right there. That's half. But what I like to look at is a body and a body right there. So I bring it down to the body. Okay, I'm a little bit below 50%. But now I want to see if this structure now will be my new base of support going forward. And if we pull back and we hold this, then maybe we gain those bids, like right in here. You see how the heat is waiting in here? It's the green box. There's the heat. 34075, I got 71 bids. I got 39 and 34. So if the selling pressure comes back down in here, I'd like to see if they pick up these bids and bid it right back up. I don't want to see it come down and these bids get pulled out of the market. Then if that's the case, it will come back down to this block, 3405, where I have 36. And that will be down in this support level where we originally had it. So you see how we just came down, brief pullback, pick up the bids. Now let's see if we can start to accumulate volume above the VWAP and start to take out these offers up here. We have not done that in a long time, okay, because it's been trending down. So this could still get knocked down. But if we were to draw a trend line like from here, keeping it consistent with what just happened, look at those bodies, okay, we kind of see we broke out of there and now it might pull back down, and we'll see if we can hold this trend line. Okay, so you see now how important this VWAP area is, this volume weighted average price line. Okay, so the market came all the way back up. Those buyers bought the high in this area of resistance, and the offers pushed it down, but we're picking up some bids. So that's why this candle is 5 minutes. So it's got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So for the first half, we came down perfectly, retested that area. Now we picked up the volume, we got those bids, and now we're testing to break our previous high. We got a bullish pin bar candle. So all we got to do is now flip the volume, turn this into a hammer. Then we got most of the volume at the high, but this is an equal high. So it came up there and then they pushed it down. So as it pushes down, we'd like to pick up more bids in here and break it out and trade into this liquidity pool. But you can see it's struggling up there, okay? So it tried, didn't break the high, and now it comes back down. So we're going to watch how it will close, where it will close, the shape of the candle. It might come down red again, but that was a nice move to come back up. But you see how they kind of shut it down right at that high. Now we're coming right back up. We have most of the volume still near the top. Okay, so now we just picked up a good amount of bids, and let's see if we can break out. If we can, our job is, out of this candle or the next candle, is to take out this previous high. And then once it takes out the high, maybe next area where it could go to is 34075. 34075, where did I get that? These bodies, right over here. right there. And then maybe clear from here to there. And then when it gets up there, that's where it got rejected 2 times. And maybe that would be like my next zone if it gets up there. And then if it gets up there, I got to make a decision up there. Guys, I believe Discord is down. Okay. I don't think it's us. I tried to get on the Discord as well and I couldn't get on there. So I think Discord in general is down. Thank you for all the new snipers that joined the team over this weekend. We appreciate you guys. Discord is hammered at the moment. Yeah. Okay, guys. Good morning, Rob. How are you? Okay, guys. So that's, you see what just happened there? Okay, did we break the previous high? No. So it was kind of like a lower high, equal high. Came back down. We closed. But now they opened it right here. Ignited. Okay. See where it kind of opened. But the bids want to kind of trade up here. But this VWAP, it's not easy to break this. This is kind of like an institutional magnet where price action is attracted to. But this is where the book can really change direction. Okay, we're battling, the buyers are battling against a lot of selling pressure, against an aggressive seller. But this is where the market can start to reverse and rotate. Okay, if we flip the book here, if we get the bids now, yeah, big transaction, there we go. Okay, so the big transaction just happened. Now, see how this area 110 filled in with nice 12 bids? Now they're transacting up here at this 115. There's 11. Let's see if those 13 can take out the 11. Then we're going to try and we're going to move up a tick to 120. Yep, so there's 114. We transacted. See, 110 has now 17. So just looking at the delta, more positive. It's going to transact. There's obviously going to be big reaction in the market here because this is a critical turning point. Look how many times the buyers got rejected here. It came back down. It came back up. The buyers got rejected, the sellers took it down. Now we're coming up with more momentum here for the buyers, and there's our breakout to come right up to that previous high wick. And if you're scalping, that is a target right there. You know, sometimes you're entering on the 1 minutes, that's a target because now we just hit the previous high, still accumulating now with this momentum. It could break and come up to this next resistance box. But we also look to see if volume will close above this previous high. And if it does, we can flip this red zone to green in case it pulls back. Maybe we make this area our new support and our new bids are accumulating below us. Beautiful breakout buy, guys, if you guys got this. But do you see how it was shaping up? It all started with our 15-minute setup right here. Our 15-minute, there it goes. And our 15-minute now is filling up the 15-minute imbalance. We can enter this on the lower time frames. But you see how breaking it down from a monthly, a weekly, a daily, a 4-hour, an hourly, a 15-minute, and a 5-minute, and it can get you right into a scalp because you kind of went through the entire market right down to what's happening right now. So it was a nice bullish move. Everything respected these levels. And then that's a nice move for 20, 30, 40, maybe possible 50 pips, depending where you're in. Okay, and this body is going to close in 2 more minutes. So it could come all the way up here and get rejected. It might be a lower high, okay, but it's pushing. Look at how it's now the depth of market. Look at above the VWAP now. Look at, you got 67 bids now waiting right below the VWAP. Did you guys understand that? Like why bias was bullish? Okay, but now this is a critical area where we just had impulse moves and then they pushed it down. Now we got the big green volume. So if it ever comes back down to retest, we want to see if we can continue to hold. So if you're in that buy, you know, when we place a stop loss, now you should be going to a break even or learning to scale out a little bit. Okay, we made our way right through there. And that trade came right to us. You know, like we kind of walked right into that trade. We were at the right time, right place. Everything, the pieces of the puzzle, put them together, and everything led nicely. So we walked kind of into that 15-minute candle. We closed above 50%, small pullback. We respected above 15 minutes, the 50%, no wick, and the big break. Did anybody take the buy by any chance? I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't take it. I was talking, but sometimes I can talk you guys through it, and whether you guys want to buy or sell, it's up to you. I can help with the levels. I didn't even think we were going to come down to the lower time frames today, but that's just to show you how we were concentrating on the higher time frames, and we just went down here, monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, hourly. I went to the 15, and we walk right into a 5-minute trade. So that's why analysis will help you with bias, and it might be a short-term bias. We still got to respect that sellers sold it big up here at the height of the day. They sold it over here at noon. We're coming right back up, but we still have sellers in control up there. Okay, so now our next big zone is this red box right over here. Okay, so you see how I use targets too. Like, you see how it came right up there and then push down. This might be a red candle that maybe comes all the way back down. I hope it doesn't. I hope it's a small doji or maybe retest. See this red line now where it was the wick and the wick? Now I look to see if this will turn into support right here where my cursor is, right at the red line. Will it pick up the bids right here and hold this uptrend? If it can't hold this red line, then it's going to come to retest 50% of the bullish candle and where the bigger zone is. But you see how we got a wick right now? There's a nice flip. So we picked up the bids. So this right now, this area that was resistance has briefly turned to an area of support on the lower time frames. That's good. But can we continue to hold this, get the bids populating, bidding it up here, and maybe we'll have enough momentum to fill up the wick and break through this critical resistance where we couldn't do it over here at going into 1 p.m. before our call this afternoon. Okay, so you see how it came up and then they're pushing it right back down. So it might consolidate, flag here, but we're still holding bullish structure. So the buyers are still in control here. Now we're coming right back up as a bullish pin bar, maybe a hammer, filling the wick. Maybe we're going to pop out of here, cause a little bit more of a short squeeze, and it could come right up to here. Let me just get rid of this. Okay, and where could it go to? Could come like right up to here where those bodies and those wicks are, and then kind of above you, maybe the red zone is right there. If it continues to break through here, we just got to identify our levels. Okay, so did we break below this structure? No. So it's still holding, but we have like a spin top candle, indecision. We have the buyers bringing it up, the sellers bringing it back down. Buyers bringing it up, sellers bringing it back down. We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so there's a lot of time still left on this candle, a lot of time. So, but right now I see them bidding it up nicely. Look at them bidding up transactions. This block turning to support. I hope it can break through here nicely. Maybe we have a little bit of a short squeeze, and if you're continuing to hold the buy, I hope it breaks out of here and you get some additional pips. Okay, and then you see now maybe where it's consolidating. It's now consolidating right here now. Okay, that's the current flag right here. So if it cannot break through here, then that means the offers are strong up there, and then it's going to come back down. But if we can hold structure, not really break down our structure, pick up the positive bids and build our delta to continue to push up here, then maybe we're going to come up and take this out. Guys, thanks for everyone joining on YouTube. We appreciate you guys. If you guys can hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. We do daily education. Okay, so this is a prime example of equal highs where it came up there nicely, like that candle was building strong, but with that it didn't have enough momentum to just initiate a new high in the market. So that tells me a lot of information. That equal high is very important. So they kind of shut it down. Now it's coming down, back down red. Okay, you can see the buyers up there, they're stuck up there. There was some buyers that bought the high of these two previous candles, and they're right there. They're not in much drawdown, but the market might move away from them. So we got to judge what it does when it comes back down to this big green box. No, it's not power hour right now. Remember, guys, we changed our clocks. It's 2:50 right now. In 10 more minutes will be power hour. You're correct. 10 more minutes, guys, will be 3 p.m. Eastern, and then that will be the last hour of the trading day. Right now it's 2:50 p.m. Eastern. But also, guys, if you're in buys, like from down here, you bought and it came through there, you have to be aware too that this is a counter buy and it's a pullback too. Sellers could come in right now and like perform like a double top right here and here and push it right back down. Okay, I hope it doesn't. I hope it holds up here and continues to build and flag and maybe break out of here. But we got to be aware of this on any days we're trading. If you're countering and you buy down here or here and it comes to an established area, because sometimes when it's two equal highs and it comes down red like this, the next bar could be an elevator coming down red. So, but fortunately, the support is still holding here and it's still accumulating. The buyers are still bidding it up, so this is nice. Where it came down red, open green, come back up. Let's see if it has enough momentum to maybe close above these bodies and continue to build, and maybe we get that bullish breakout right before power hour. And remember, markets can change every hour, especially power hour. So momentum might change. Maybe power hour will come down. And these are the things that have to go through your head. It might come down and maybe to pick up liquidity, pick up the bids and go right back up. But sometimes it'll break down and then it's not coming back up. It's a lot of selling pressure and all of a sudden it's breaking through all these areas and it's taking all the way down here. It's shooting all the way down. But right now the depth of market is holding strong. We're still above the VWAP. Now you see these transaction bubbles? These were aggressive sellers that came down here and got stuck. And now the market is moving away from them. So sellers are stuck down here. So if we can come back up and move out of here, those sellers who sold the low, they're stuck in the market. Now they're forced to have, maybe their stop losses are above here. So we might come through here and take out their pending orders, which are stop losses sitting in the market. Then we might have some buy limits, some buy stops up there that want to join the party as well. And maybe we start to squeeze with some more volume right through here. Is the Discord working? No, not yet. Still. Okay, so you see now how we're coming right back up to this resistance. Okay, so we're building nicely above the VWAP. We've got a lot of bids, but remember we're 7 minutes, 8 minutes away from power hour. So that's when volatility comes into the market. But hopefully we'll see there's going to be a move. So kind of if I just want to consolidate this range now. So it's not easy to hold trades. But if you learn how to hold trades and respecting areas, yeah, you're going to go up and down like a yo-yo. You're going to go on some profit. There's going to be a pullback. You might go back up in more profit, come back. But that's the art of holding a move. It's not easy, but can be done. It's just you gotta know what you're looking for right before you take the trade. Is this going to be a quick scalp in and out? Is it going to be a pip and dip? Is this a trade that I'm going to try and hold and maximize it to as much as I can? You got to know when you're going in, because that will help you to understand how much risk, where you're going to place your stop loss. You might allow it to come back down to pick up some liquidity, pull back. Yes, you're going to go and draw down, but your analysis is to continue to make higher highs and pick up the bids and continue push through here. But you're not risking your entire account while you're doing that. Okay, so you see how we're pushing. Now it's going to close in 40 seconds. So if we look at the higher time frames, the 15 minute, look at it. It looks beautiful. Okay, so we closed strong with our previous 15-minute candle. This one that kind of took that trade, like if you guys were watching there, where it dipped down, it's pushing up. Now we're going to look to maybe take out our 15-minute high and see if we can come through here. If not, look at our 15-minute. It came all the way down, coming all the way back up. Maybe power hour, it might come all the way back down into the green box and maybe build and come back up. And then this might be our resistance going forward for power hour or this afternoon. If it breaks above here, yes, we could see a nice bullish move breaking through there. But we also have to understand that they could pull back the market, but we're still healthy here. We're above the hourly support, the white line. We're still above 50% of our big body 15-minute candle. We're above the VWAP on Bookmap. So it is accumulating nicely, but we'll see the hourly move when it comes through. Here we've got it closed, they gapped it down, ignited nicely, took out the highs. So this is where now things can get interesting and things can start to get volatile. We're 4 minutes away from power hour. Okay, so here we might be taking out. So the job of this candle now is to take out this previous high right here at 34,080. And if it can take out that high, where could it go up to? Might go up to here. 34097, 34100. There's traffic, there's lots of bodies here, there's a lot of wicks. But also, can it push through here and close above? And who knows, maybe it might open ignited at 3 p.m. It might be another bullish breakthrough here. But I'll stay with you guys for a little bit after 3 o'clock, and then I got to go pick up my kids. But let's just continue to watch this thing here. And then we can look at the 4-hour candle. Okay, remember we were looking at the 4-hour candle? So look at the 4-hour candle. It's going to close in 2 hours. It's already pretty much engulfing the previous body. Okay, so if we get strong momentum on our 4-hour, maybe we'll look for that push coming up through here, okay, in the next 4 hours, going into the Asian session. Okay, so did you guys see how the offers got lifted up there? Okay, I'm not sure if you can see up here, but this area, 34,170. They were down here, they just got pulled and went a little higher. Okay, so now we got rejected. We're 2 minutes away from power hour. Kind of, it is barcoding in here. Green, red, green, maybe pull down red again. So this is where it is. So power hour is going to determine the move. We're either going to break out bullish through here, or it might come back down, close below here, retest this, and then start to drop back down. Okay, but it's still holding. Let's take a look at the daily candle. So this is our daily candle. Kind of gapped it up. Came up, took out the highs earlier today, came back down, and now it's coming up. So if it kind of flips this red volume to green, power hour might continue to come up and test these highs. You see, it's still got this red body, so it's a bearish pin bar. And then on the 5 minutes, we're trying to break this critical resistance right here. 1 more minute to go, then power hour starts. What are you guys thinking for power hour? For US 30. You think we're going to break bullish above here, or they're going to come maybe fake it out? Guys, watch for fake outs too. The move could fake out up here, and then they bring the market back down. Okay, and if it does, we look to pick up volume here and come back up, close, retest, and then push. Okay, lots of things can happen. They could bring it down red. They could turn bearish all of a sudden and come all the way and continue selling off down here. Sell off coming in. Okay, let's see that VD. Let's see. So to potentially sell, I would look for volume to close below this kind of consolidation area, that hourly support down in here. But right now it's still bullish. Okay, here's the close. Okay, so and it gets intense. Okay, so they just opened it green. Let's see if it has enough momentum to take out this little tiny high. Okay, so if they can't take out this little high, we know that it's probably going to pull back. Okay, we did not initially take out that high, so it's pulling back. Okay, so can we respect right here? There's structure on the 5 minutes right here. A body, and a body. Okay, can we just hold right here a higher low just right here at 34065? Will it pick up bids quickly in the first couple minutes of this power hour, and then maybe we'll see a bullish breakthrough here? If it cannot hold here, then we're gonna maybe continue to push down. Okay, so it's still in there, still trading. We have not broke down here yet. Still accumulating. Normally we see crazy power hour 1 minute opens. This is not bad. This is nothing. But what is important is it never took out that little high. Can you see how it came up? Did we have enough momentum to take out that high? No. So that's telling us something. How it closed near the high, and when it came down, it still had a higher low, but didn't have enough to take that out. So when that's a clue. Then it's coming down red. Okay, but we got to go through the motions now. So it just came down, it retested 50% there. So initially didn't hold that higher low when we first opened. It came up, it tried to break, but it came back down, couldn't hold, but it held still 50% of this green candle. So it's still higher low. Now we're picking up, let's see if we pick up our bids and flip this candle, and if it does, maybe we'll break bullish through here. It might be an additional buy up there, but still red body. It might close red down here, and then we continue to drop down. Then I'd like to see if this hourly area right here will be the new supporting area for this uptrend move. If it loses this, then there's going to be a big drop in the market. But currently, still holding the wick. Now it's coming back up. But if you're in buys and you're still holding, nothing has really broke down. The structure has not really broke down. Okay, it's just a higher low, got a higher low, got strong bullish engulfing candles. If we look at the 15s and new 15s, okay, pulled back right there, still holding. Let's see if this 15-minute momentum can break through here for power hour. And then our 5-minute candles might continue to push right through here, and you can continue with your holding your buy, or maybe an additional buy up there. Okay, so I'll wait for 2 more minutes till this body closes. Guys, just to go over just some news. Okay, if there's a free Telegram link at the top of the YouTube chat. I recommend that you guys join it. We give some free information on there, promotions, all promos, free signals, to show what we do, some members in our group, how they're performing, just good, useful, free information. It's this Telegram right over here. Okay, guys, this one, it's linked at the top of the YouTube. It's us. There is some scammers impersonating us, but this one I assure you is us over here. And this is our weekly trading schedule. If you want to join SST, we got London sessions. We've got some Wall Streets. Monday and Fridays are to be determined, guys. So some days we do them, some days it's a day off. But we got some post New Yorks this week. We've got the 1 o'clock sessions. Zoom, guys, our weekly webinar will be at 1 to 3 p.m. on Thursday because I have an appointment I got to do this week in the evenings. And then I'll come in here for another 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then the Asian session. So I'll be adding a couple more Asian sessions as well, and we'll be trading the Asian session together as we get more into the winter months over here. Okay, so we're still holding good support here. Didn't really break down. We got a higher low on the 5 minutes. Let's see if it continues to maybe break through here. But you see, we're testing that resistance. Okay, now we're building a nice hammer candle. Closed near the high, gapped it up green, small pullback. If this catches a wick, this could break and continue to be bullish right through here and have an impulse break start to come up to this area. Okay, so let's see going forward if that can still hold. If you guys are monitoring your trades, guys, just be careful trading into power hour. But let's see if it can continue to push and break through here, okay? Guys, that's it for me. I got to go pick up my kids. I appreciate all of you guys. Guys, thank you guys for your support on YouTube. We appreciate all the likes, subscribes. Appreciate you guys also sharing the channel with your trading groups and friends and family. We do appreciate that. You guys in Zoom, I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining as well. Take it easy, guys. It's Monday. Let's feel out the week, how it's going to move. We got a big week ahead. Not so much with news-wise like last week, so this might be a fun week to trade with good volume, but let's allow the volume to come to us. Let the volume come to you on your specific time frames, whether you're a swing trader, if you're watching those 4-hour candles, if you're watching those higher time frames, be patient, set your alerts, and wait for the volume to come to you. If you're a scalper, if you scalp 1, 3, 5, 15 minutes, also be patient and disciplined and allow the market to come to you. Trade with proper risk management. It's the best that you can do, unless you want to gamble your account and turn this game into a casino. That's up to you. We don't trade that way. We trade with proper risk management. We treat trading as a business, as a potential to earn revenue or income daily if you know what you're doing with proper risk management. There's going to be days we all take losses, but there's going to be days when we take wins together too. But with proper risk management and you know what you're doing with good consistency and a good percentage, you can always make money in these markets. But if you're neglecting your risk management, then it's a tough game to learn, okay? Because you're going to learn bad habits and you're going to try to bank on every single trade you take, and you're going to panic when you're in the trade. Like this big red candle, if you bought up there with a big lot size, you could possibly panic with this candle because it's not a small candle. If you bought the high up there, this candle is dropping right now 15 pips. So a lot of traders will panic in situations like that, where you probably don't need to panic if you're trading with proper risk management, because sometimes maybe it might come down, get volume, and come right back up. But if you're over leveraging, you might get stopped out, and then the trade continues to go in your direction. Okay, so just figure out what is the best lot size according to you, your account, your personality. Not everyone wants to trade with big lot sizing. It's stressful, can cause anxiety for a lot of traders. So just trade what you're comfortable. Look at that. That maybe was a liquidity grab, came back down here, picked up some good bids, respecting the depth of market, and if volume continues to push near the higher close above here, we could have a bullish breakout this afternoon. Okay, so it's holding down there. Good hold. It came down really red, but picked up beautiful by the buyers. Okay, so they bought the dip. Okay, but guys, thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks guys for joining, and have a beautiful night, beautiful day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Thanks guys. Please, if you can hit the like as you leave, we do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to another live session of Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Trading with a perfect broker is the key, which takes you one step ahead. At AFX, we have you covered. The future of Forex is zero commission. Here at AFX, we offer ultra low commission, which starts at 99 cents per lot. Our account's spreads start from 0.0 pips. With account leverage up to 500x, and can have a minimum deposit of $100, with an additional 100% deposit bonus, regulated by HCMC Greece, compliant with ESMA, EU, regulated with FSCA, South Africa. Nothing to lose, but something to gain. Trade with the world's most liquid market provider, AFX, recommended by Stock Sniper Trading. To get started, use the affiliate link below.
As a trader, we all look for tight or low spreads, which helps us to get in and out of the market. Using the right broker can help us try different strategies. With multiple options of brokers on the web, here at Stock Sniper Trading, we have a recommended broker, that is, HankoTrade. With spreads as low as 0 pips, and leverage up to 500x, HankoTrade is just one click away. With multiple account types to choose from, you also have a minimum deposit of $10. Using HankoTrade's affiliate program, refer a friend and earn up to a 40% commission on trading volume. Built by traders, for traders. HankoTrade.